Hi everyone, and welcome to another morning on Nick's allotment. It's a lovely quiet day today. Here's a nice sign of spring. Some snowdrops flowering. This long bed is at the edge of my allotment and has a lot of fruit bushes, various different kinds. So I've got mainly raspberries in this bed. There is an apple tree and rhubarb. Last summer there was a lot of bindweed that grew up amongst all the raspberries and the rhubarb. So I decided over this winter to try and dig up as much bindweed as possible. One good thing about bindweed is that it has these white rhizome-like roots that are very easy to spot when you dig them up in the soil. So I'm going to do a bit of digging now and I'll bring you back after I've done some. As you can see, the soil's quite crumbly. Just turn some over for you. But there is a lot of bindweed. Here's just some, and I've just managed to get out of this small area. Bindweed does cause a bit of a problem. With the raspberries it does tend to grow up amongst them and smother them a bit. I have quite a large problem with bindweed on my plot. I've had the plot now for about 3 years and I've had to get bindweed out of nearly every area. There are other ways of getting rid of bindweed. You can use weed killers, but I don't tend to like using them if I can help it. Prefer the digging out method. It does take a bit more time and it doesn't get rid of it all, because you just have to leave one small amount of this in your soil and a new plant will grow from it. The main problem I have is with bindweed and dandelions. Other plots tend to have problems with mare's tail, but that doesn't seem to have affected my plot, thank goodness. As you can see, there's loads of bindweed in this section here. It's a nuisance really, but this is the best time of the year to get it because you can really see it with these white rhizomes against the soil. Another thing to mention about bindweed is I don't tend to compost the roots and rhizomes when I've dug them out. I tend to just take them down to the tip. You can compost stuff if you can get high enough heat to kill them, but I don't want to risk it in putting bindweed roots into my compost bin and end up with a compost bin full of bindweed. I mentioned that the bindweed tends to grow up through the raspberries. If you have a look at this one, you can see these are the old stems of the bindweed from last year, and they just wrap themselves round and round the stem of your raspberry. They don't kill it, but they do obviously reduce its vigour. So that's one of the main reasons I'm trying to get rid of it, as much of it anyway, as possible this year. I decided to move some of the raspberries that I dug up when I've been getting out the bindweed roots. I've got a bit of space where I've cleared the bindweed root behind the shed, so I'm going to just replant up some of the canes. So I've cleared this area. I'm just going to dig a hole for you. Should be deep enough. I know raspberries don't like to be buried too deep. Now I'll just firm it in with my foot. Hopefully this will mean I'll get some more raspberries off these canes this year. Here's another one. As you can see, there are some shoots of new growth at the bottom of these ones, so they should produce some new shoots this year. Firm it in again. So here we have some freshly planted raspberries. This is the strawberry bed that I planted last year. Got two varieties, Cambridge Favourite and Honey Oye. Not sure exactly how that word's pronounced. There's quite a bit of new growth coming on them, so hopefully I should get some strawberries this year. I did get a few last year, but not many. But now the plants are a little bit older, I think I should get some. I'm going to properly net them this year. I just did put a piece of netting over the top of them last year, but the birds were still able to peck through them. So I'm going to build a sort of a frame with some of that blue plastic water pipe to keep the birds away from the strawberries. I do have some strawberries in the fruit cage over here. You can see through the netting, so those ones shouldn't get affected by the birds. So I'm looking forward to having some nice punnets of strawberries in the summer. Thanks very much for joining me today at Nick's Allotment. I'll see you again next time.